So you know it's getting serious now. And I'll do some explaining. I was gonna call this video something why a country boy can't survive in Lyon Township. Just in a 5 to 7 mile radius, I'll show you what is gonna happen. This is one of my 3 big reasons. The other one is for apocalypse, sudden economy crashing. Life is gonna be grand, scheme of things. See, this is one of my big reasons for selling and moving out of this town. Another 100+ house neighborhood or something probably. This looks like a big dent too. And they're probably not done yet. Look at that. And this is just a couple miles down our dirt road. But we keep getting houses and neighborhoods and not like convenience or restaurants or anything, just more bedrooms, bedroom city, and more traffic on roads that are about that big. It's ridiculous. Tired of it. So the next place we buy, it's going to be self-efficient. I don't want to have to leave the property for nothing. I want to be able to have whatever animals on it that we want, giant gardens, solar fields, generators. I want it like our friends down the road where DTE is their backup. And unless their main generator and power source and solar fields go out, then they'll use DT. But done with it. Get a couple of towns away from here or something, and I know it'll chase us. Here's why this town's getting insane. So here's a neighborhood, and this is only a few miles from the house. They already got earth movers and dump trucks. Same thing on this side. I mean, they're tearing this place up. I mean, I get it, but it's too much, too fast. I mean, there's where my boy's school's at. This was all woods a few years ago, and now it's a neighborhood. And I mean, all of this was all like woods and hunting and bike trails and snowmobiling and, you know, fun stuff to do. And now it's just, it's turning it into a dang Ann Arbor. This is one of the entrances right here. And this one's only about 2.5 miles from the house. So they're taking all of that woods, and then for about a good half mile, 3/4 of a mile, cutting it all down, all the way from Grand River to Pontiac Trail. Behind all of these poor people's houses, that was all woods for how many years, is going to be a giant, gotta be 150+ house neighborhood. It might even be in the 200s, I don't know yet. And I mean, all these houses have been here since I was a kid. 37 years I've been driving and riding my bikes by these houses. But we'll cut over here to see where it comes into the next spot. Probably driving people up the wall that are trying to drive their cars. So you've seen where that was. It came out by the dirt road, or where the entrance was, and you have all these houses, which is probably this is probably about a half mile deep, and then this is another entrance to where that neighborhood's gonna go, right the fuck there. And I mean, I remember 15 years ago being irritated about this neighborhood, which I mean I've long forgotten about, because I grew up in the subdivision, which has got to be over 30, yeah, it's almost 40 years old now. And there's a pond, and then this was all field and where we'd go ride our go-karts, our dirt bikes. And for living in a subdivision, you don't really have a lot of spots to go ride. And we had right behind us, we could go riding, and they put this neighborhood up, which is like, I think there's like 25 houses. It just does a big U-turn. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't. It's really busy right now. Get another shot. It's insane. And then I'll show you from a mile, about a mile, not even, 3/4 of a mile from my house. They're taking probably a 300-acre field and developing it. And I heard condos, storage units. Oh, there it is. And everything in between. It's like the city moved in, and I got 5 acres, and most people on our road have 3 to 5, and there's some 8 to 10. I think there's even a couple of 12s. Just look at how I've had to dart around and veer around traffic. You used to be able to just Sunday drive every day of the week around here, and you can't anymore. I'm surprised this dude on a bike feels safe. I mean, he's probably going to get ran over by somebody. Yeah, this is fucked. It's like I love our place, and I thought it was seriously, we did really good, and it wasn't like a starter home. It was something we could have grown into. Look at that. It's not anymore. It's turning into the city. So if like, I know people got to make money and do what they got to do, but I don't even think I could develop or be that person profiting off of just destroying this town. I mean, honestly, that's how I feel about it. I almost want to come cut all their fuel lines, but I don't have to. We're moving. Dicks. Without getting fucking ran over or hit by a car, I'll try to take us to the next location. And I mean, I started kind of further out, from about 5 to 7 miles out, the neighborhoods. And then this one's only a few miles out to the one that's like less than a mile out. And then where we're coming into now is the town I live in, New Hudson. And I actually rented a house before we purchased our house, right after this roundabout, which was kind of annoying when it first happened. But I'll show you how they made it even worse after this roundabout. We have 2 credit unions, 3 banks, a Walmart, 2 gas stations, a dealership, and then condos. Fucking condos. And I've heard that the whole back stretch of it's immigrant housing. Who knows how true that is, but somebody tried to rent from there and they wouldn't let them. And then here's our, don't put things in we need, just put more bedrooms in, more houses. It's dumb shit. And other than putting these dumbass giant businesses all down Grand River from us, so if we can't get a bedroom, a house, or a subdivision, or condos, fuck you. We ain't getting a restaurant or an auto parts store or nothing. You're just getting corporations. Now here is the backside of our road, which a mile, 3/4 of a mile from our house is this being developed as we speak. And this field's probably gotta be 4 miles long, like deep, and 4 or 5 miles wide. We don't need any more neighborhoods. So if it's already getting that close to us, I mean, it's not going to be too long before I'm surrounded in neighborhoods. So a place you used to be able to have horses, we were splittable, hobby farm, you could shoot your gun out in the back. You can't really, I'm pretty sure if I tried to pull any of it off right now, I'd get in some kind of trouble. It's not what I grew up around. And I forgot when I was at the gas station. The gas station, Walmart, Chase Bank, daycare, Community Choice, McDonald's, car dealership, Chevy car dealership, Lowe's, that whole complex right there was my bus driver. That was her house and her farm. I remember she used to park the school bus in front of her house. And that was like that from first grade when I started riding the bus. And I think I had her all the way through elementary school. Somewhere, I think after I would have went from middle school to high school, did they start developing it. You know, and I get it, like we need that stuff, but I don't feel like we need every direction driven away from my house today. I've recorded with you guys, and it's been condos or subdivisions or some kind of neighborhood being put up. Oh, and here, this is a beautiful, I like golf course. I don't golf, I'm not good at it, but I like golf course. So this golf course, they only gave us a small window to know about it from the township, because that's the kind of fucking people they are. But Coyote, Tanglewood, and there's two other ones. There's 4 golf courses that are all sold. They have certain dates, and they're going to become neighborhoods. Look at, here's a surveyor. He's like, man, where can I drive down this road and possibly find another spot to put a house? No more houses. But yeah, they're going to turn this beautiful golf course into a freaking neighborhood, which you can't see once I started recording. When you get around the corner, look at, they're already detouring for all the construction for that one neighborhood I showed you guys that they had to cut the forest down to fucking build. And it's funny, a guy on this corner a few years ago tried to develop, I think, like a 5 or 8 house parcel, and they shut him right down. But anybody that's got, you know, deep enough pockets, they'll support. And that's really what it's become. I mean, they've tried to shut me down in my business and working. Yeah, all this is going to be subdivision. I mean, this side of the road, this was all woods and everything, and now it's old folks' home and neighborhood subdivision. But yeah, all that's going to be subdivision, I think, within the next year or two. We got land for sale. So on the other side of this is where they started the development that's coming this way. Now this guy, he's got a sign because he's got, I don't know, is it 8 acres over here? And somebody told me that that's getting developed into condos. And then I guess, because the same sign, same phone number, on this side, this is only 2.7 acres, will be the extension of this side's condos. Yeah, see? So we've been driving down my road for roughly a quarter mile, and all this right here is going to get developed. See, the 2.7 acres, which is this side, and then the other side's the 8.24 acres. And he must have just put a new sign up because the snow plow keeps fucking knocking it down, or the road grader or something. Yeah, see, you can see it on this side. And this is all within, let's drive. So we've only driven a quarter mile down my dirt road from all that neighborhoods that are being put up. And we got some industrial, which I never mind because we're residential, and I've always wanted to run my automotive out of my shop, which shouldn't bug anybody because we all live right next to commercial. But I don't know, what have we been driving for less than a minute? And from me to commercial, there's only one house, my neighbor, before us. But here's us now. That's how close all of this has become. to us. And I mean, I tried my best. I built these giant berms. They've grown 12 foot. I was gonna put a gate in here, but I mean, no reason now. If I thought I had enough property here and stuff to have the habitat and, you know, the gardens and everything that I think I need, we probably wouldn't move. But it's too damn close to all the other shit. And I can't even pull off of this road. If I have a trailer hooked to this, when you get to the end of our road and I have a trailer, my tires are still in the dirt or the loose gravel. And from about noon to 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, it's taken me sometimes 30 minutes to pull off this road because I can't get out in front of traffic. They're supposed to slow down to 35, but they're still cooking, and I can't do it. You know, and this is no joke. Like, the best dog I ever had is buried right here. I said I'd never move. I mean, we have 10 plus years here. 10 plus years. My wife just kind of reminded me of it, and it's sad. I mean, I just got the shop up. It's a 40 by 60 with a 14-foot wall. My office is in it. We got married here on this property. That's why there's no trees right here, because this is where our wedding tent went. That was our arbor I built for us to get married, so we weren't just standing in the middle of the yard. Our beautiful brick ranch. The berms that I had built for privacy, because there's no way in today's economy. The last couple of years I was building a privacy fence to be able to do anything, and I think this looks more natural. I mean, this was our everything we ever wanted. But for how much everything's starting to cost, it's hard to feel like that this is even the right move. So, another, just to remind myself and the viewers on this video, a lot of it is things are expensive, and we're kind of like, we can stay here, we can live here, but the amount we used to be able to do and like splurge on this place, or, you know, have a project or some kind of goal for the summer, and like the next set of steps after the building was going to be a patio. I wanted to do something for the wife. We wanted to remodel some things in the house. We wanted to turn our garage into our master bedroom, and we only have a bath and a half here, so we were going to have a full custom, you know, walk-in closet, master bedroom, full bath, you know, mom and dad relaxing. I was gonna build her a little princess cave. I wanted to do my 300-foot sand drag, which is still partially built, but every dime, every dollar that we seem to make is going towards our mortgage, daycare, groceries, insurance, taxes, breakdowns, you know, the dentist. It's just, we completely, at the end of the day, are getting by. We're not saving, we're not building, we're not improving anymore. It's just gotten to the point of, how do we do this? And for what things just went up to and what they cost, maybe I'll say the numbers later, because I don't want somebody to think that I'm bragging, or, I mean, we literally lucked out. And from what we bought this thing from 10 years ago to what it's worth now, my math says we can sell it, pay this mortgage off, pay our credit card debt off, her car off, pretty much debt free, buy the next piece of property with cash, get a building. I'm gonna do a barn dominium, or a barn house and be debt free. At that point, everything we're working for, it can go into our savings. We can have better quality of life. We can take care of our kids better. I mean, we'll have utilities and taxes, but I mean, take $1,400 mortgage payment off a month. You know, a few $100s, $300 or $400 a month car payment, probably a few $100s a month in credit card debt, and where are we at? We're at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, we're over $2,100 or $2,200 a month that we can just put towards whatever we want. It'll be worth it. Instead of me sitting here, because I haven't been taking work on certain jobs, because I've been trying to get all the headaches done and get them out of here and not just keep rolling working. I'm trying to make it so like we're leaving. It is just like when I was at work. It's the hardest thing in the world to take a vacation when you're a mechanic, because your boss, you always have to be there. They always have a reason. Oh, you know, this customer is waiting on their car. You can't take off, sir. It's the same thing with the work and being self-employed. I can't seem to get away because I always got a car here, or something needs to get worked on, or somebody that's waiting, or somebody that's freaking out. So I'm gonna put all these clips together and see what we come up with.